All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Vays, coming to you live late in the evening. It is 9:20 New York time. We're going to take a look at how the market did today. Man, it was a great dinner last night. Went to this place called Hibachi, the restaurant that was used in the movie Kill Bill. I don't think they actually filmed in that restaurant because they would have destroyed it. That's that big fight scene from Kill Bill, but they built a set to replicate that restaurant. That was yes, Quentin Tarantino's travels through Japan. And then he used that restaurant as the model for that movie. Really, really good food too. All right, hope there's no audio issues today. Everything's working so far. Yeah, we can talk more about like Japan on a map and stuff. I'm spending time in Tokyo now. Super cool. Let's go to the charts. Let's see what happened today. Today was Tuesday. We finished off the holiday weekend. Everyone was probably expecting a huge rise in the market because of the debt ceiling stuff, but it didn't really run up all that much. So let's go and take a look and see what happened over the last 24 hours. As usual, we begin with the weekly chart of Bitcoin. I'm surprised that this candle has not yet updated. That candle makes no sense to me. Bitcoin trades 24/7. And this is showing you a giant gap to the downside. So there's something wrong with this candle. And I think once the month rolls over, this weekly candle will be fixed. Yeah, I left Hiroshima. I'm back in Tokyo now. Something's wrong with this candle. It's not what this candle's supposed to look like. But I think the price is accurate. We're at $27,800. And I do think that we are now on our path towards resistance at approximately 34,000. Remember, price is correct through time and through price. We didn't go down all that much, but we did spend a lot of time going down. These are weekly candles, and the top came in on the week of April 10th. We are now going into June. Today is already the 30th. Today's already the 31st, actually. Well, 31st for me here in Tokyo, and 31st for East Coast of the US in a couple of hours. So the month is rolling over. It's now been a while, and we're going to be going on 2 months, and we're still stuck below, not significantly below, but noticeably below the $31,000 top. So I do believe that enough time has passed on this short-term pullback. We pulled right into a very good area of support of the moving averages, and now it's time for it to rise to the upside. Whoa. Here's our allocation. So what do we do with our allocation? We are still only in an 80% bullish allocation. I will stay patient, as I usually do. And next candle, we're going to see a moving average crossover. Once next candle starts trading above $28,500, which is basically the same area where we lowered our position from 100% to 80%, but we were sleeping better at night, not being 100% invested in the market. We will get back in at approximately the same price at 28 and a half. So yes, we didn't make or lose, but we've been making, because remember, we've been 100% deep in this position since early March, and we were 40% deep in this position all the way back at 17 and a half, but we did initially enter it at a higher price. So the average entry for our initial position was still under $20,000. So this has been a very good bullish position. We're going to ride the entire bull market all the way, hopefully, to $250,000. We will stay in a bullish position all the way up. I do think this is a bull market. This is my long-term outlook. We're about to complete one more week. We are following this purple path so far absolutely perfectly. Since I made this path in January of 2023, I gave it two choices. Either we were going to be in a massive pump this summer, which seems to be unlikely now. I think I made this on. I think these things got put in on a monthly scale. That's why it looks a little bit different. Here's what it looks like on a monthly scale. And so far, this was going to be the week or the month. The month of May was going to pick the direction whether Bitcoin was going to rise significantly into the summer, or it was going to take a slower approach into the halving. And unless Bitcoin pumps massively over the next 2 weeks, which I'm not expecting at all, it should just hang around here and slowly go into the halving. Go back to the weekly chart. Okay, before I go on to the daily chart, the financial summit is coming to the UAE November 5 to 10. It's an event for high net worth financial professionals or anyone that has additional capital to invest. This is where we spend an entire week just discussing all kinds of trading and investing opportunities. This is the MRI. You can pick up the MRI, which is an indicator that I religiously use in tonevays.com/indicator. Also, my on-demand trading videos are here as well. And Unconfiscatable is coming. We had a couple of people purchase tickets this weekend, so the numbers should be ticking down. They could be lower on your end. I have to maybe restart my laptop, and then these numbers will adjust. So this is how many seats we have left until the price of the carnivory dinner rises. The carnivory dinner is a very exclusive dinner with the speakers. So it's only available to about 50 to 70 conference attendees. But the conference fits about 400 people, and we will raise the price if 54 more when 54 more tickets get sold, because this event will sell out. And once it sells out, proof of friend of tone will still have a problem getting in, because then the entire event will shut down due to fire code violations. I know we're all like anarchists and we don't care about rules, but that one I will have to follow, or they will shut down my event. So get your ticket before the event sells out. Only 400. This is probably the smallest of the known Bitcoin conferences in the space. Let's skip Twitter for now. I really like this daily chart, and I like how this current candle has started off. I know it's evening and this candle only has like an hour and a half of time, but we did get rejected by the 50-period day moving average. We've now pulled back, and we're now starting to rise. The next time we approach the 50-period moving average, I fully expect us to break it to the upside. Has enough time passed for new all-time highs? Maybe. That's a good question. So if we look historically, initially, let's get this time element up. This is a monthly. No, that's a weekly chart. Let's go to the monthly chart. It'll just be easier. So it initially took 20 months to break to all-time high. I'm going to round in months. So 20 months it took to break the all-time high. 20 months, that's almost half a year. 20 months initially. The next time it took, this one doesn't count. It was part of the same upswing. The second time, it took us 42 months. So we doubled in time. So it took twice as long to make the second all-time high. Or about the third. Well, this one took a little bit less. So that's good news. It took us 35 bars to get there. And how many bars has it been from the all-time high? Well, in this case, I have to use that secondary all-time high, not the first one. And because I want to be most conservative. And even if I'm most conservative of the second high to 35 months, the shorter of the two, we still got a long way to go. We still have until, oh boy, 2024, like September 2024. So we got a long way to go before statistically we're due. So we're not even close to 35 months for a new all-time high. So it's around where I'm expecting it. September, October 2024 is when we break to a new all-time high. But you have to realize once we break to a new all-time high, we'll probably double to triple it in a matter of months. So you need to be properly positioned before that happens. Good question, though. So now people are asking what happens after pumping to 30, to 35, let's say. Well, we look at the weekly chart. So after pumping to, if we go up to say 35, I think a reasonable pullback would be the short-term moving average. And I do think the short-term moving average would be at approximately $30,000. So yes, a move to 35 followed by a 15 to 20% correction is very, very reasonable. Maybe closer to 15% correction, which would put us at approximately $30,000. I would really be surprised if we go, honestly, I would be surprised if anyone ever gets a chance to buy Bitcoin below 25,000. I would be surprised. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that I would be very, very careful with those buy limits below 25. Even 25 and a half, I would be cautious, right? Because what happens at this point is that Bitcoin has already rallied from, it has already rallied 2 times from just above 25 and a half. So coming back to 25 and a half, like look at what it means. If Bitcoin comes back down to 25 and a half exactly, let me get 25 and a half on here. Okay, there it is. The bottom of that arrow is 25 and a half. That is complete trouble. If Bitcoin goes to 25 and a half, notice how we're going to be below 2 moving averages that are crossing over. And there is absolutely no support here whatsoever. Yes, you can say that this is the prior swing high support, but we already matched the prior swing high support. So if Bitcoin falls to 25 and a half, I think it's going all the way down to 23. So this area of 24 and a half to 25 and a half, to me, is now terrible support. It is insanely weak support, where the people that are going to be buying Bitcoin at 25, at approximately 25,000, are going to be dealing with the panicky people that didn't expect Bitcoin to go that low at this point, like myself. And I would be cutting my losses at that price point, waiting for 23. So that's why I think 25 is not going to happen. And we'll know later this week, especially if later this week we're trading back at 29,000, I'm going to be 85, 90% confident that we're going to break 30 and go all the way to 34. So by end of this week, we'll know exactly what's going on. But I know there are some people waiting for that 25,000. And I don't think so. I mean, you might as well wait for 23 at that stage. Okay, let me go through the rest of it quickly. This is a short-term chart. It's actually not interesting at all. I think I'm done with the daily chart. This is GBTC. The premium has not, or the discount has not improved. The price improved a smidge. Oil, whoa, what happened here? I think we know what happened here. This is the daily chart of oil right here on this day. On this day in history, my friends, which was today, the junkie known as the Biden administration, well, they have a family history of that, but let's not get into it, probably siphoned off over 1 million barrels of oil. That is just my guess. That is my speculation. I wish we had the numbers in real time. I wish the Bitcoin blockchain was being used to track this number, though that is not support for ordinals. And let's get this latest number. But I don't know if the number we're going to get tomorrow, see, the number we're going to get tomorrow is not going to be yesterday's number. So the number that we'll get tomorrow is going to be the strategic oil reserve. What's 19 plus 7? That would be the 26th of May. But today is the 30th of May. So we're going to have to wait a whole other week. So the number that we're going to get tomorrow is how much oil the junkie siphoned off out of the gasoline tank for emergencies between the 19th and the 26th. So now we go to the oil chart and we look at 19th to the 26th. What happened? So here is the 19th here, and that's 22nd. So oh, okay, interesting. So the 19th is a Friday. So the 19th to the 26th. So on the 25th, the price of oil dropped. Price of oil was rising, and there was a big drop on the 25th. So I do expect that number to come in lower. So I do think that on this day, on the 25th of May, the Biden administration depleted the strategic oil reserve. And we're going to get this number up to the 26th. Now, between the 19th and the 26th, the price of oil went up. And it would be interesting to see what happened to the strategic oil reserve. I think the strategic reserve would be depleted while the price of oil still went up. Now, a week from now, we're going to do a similar review on what happened on this day. I think that yesterday, a lot of oil was depleted from the strategic reserve, probably 2 million barrels to make it drop that much. It's possible. I have no idea. It may not have. There might be a global slowdown. Anything can happen. But I am still bullish on oil. Eventually, the government is going to run out of the strategic petroleum reserve. So we'll get the data for the majority of like the split between those two candles. Let's see what happens. Gold, as expected, gold is rising. I really felt that this was a big enough pullback. It came back to the perfect area of prior support. I don't have moving averages on here. Oh, and look at that. Wow, I didn't even have moving averages up. What are these moving averages? Let me see. Nope, that's the MRI. These are the 20, the 50, and the 200. These are the traditional moving averages. I did not even realize that last week's close on gold was right at moving average support. This created double support. I was bullish as it was from the horizontal support, and now we have moving average as well, which makes me even more bullish that the price of gold should start to rise and break to new all-time highs. And now we come to the S&P 500. This is why the government releases their data over the weekend. Everything seemed great with the deal. That's a black candle. That means that the price gapped open, but has now traded down during the week. And if we fall any more, this is going to be a red candle. However, I like the green star candle. I bet you the Arun is all the way up, almost at 100%, or it is at 100%. The Arun is telling you, the Arun gave us one of the best trades in the S&P. Got us in, never got us out. It's still telling us to be bullish. The Arun on February 13th, the week of February 13th. Is that right? Yep. The week of February 13th was here. Yes, it went down right after that, but the Arun never told you to exit the trade. The Arun kept you in there, and that trade off of the weekly Arun is currently up only 3%, but I think it's going to explode to the upside. Man, this is a critical line of resistance, but I think it's weak resistance, and I do think we're going to break it. Correlation chart, not very interesting. Bitcoin is holding steady, and so is the market. So is the market. You can see how the last two candles have been very correlated, and so was this. Bitcoin went up on Sunday, and S&P went up on Friday. So maybe people knew. Bet you there was enough traders out there on Friday that knew that the deal was going to get done over the weekend. I see our moderator sent me something. What did you send me? Tone, great job as always. Why do you have this volume indicator up? How does that help? Or not? You're trading volume indicator up. Not sure what you mean. After pumping to 40K, yeah, I talked about that. Volume indicator up. Yeah, if oh, Bernoulli, you wrote that, and then you send me a screenshot of what you wrote. Why didn't you just copy it and write it in the thing? Yeah, re-explain your question. Tell me the chart. Tell me the time frame. Do you think that Hong Kong buyers will pump Bitcoin in June 1st? I have no idea what you're talking about, Pedro. I'm sorry. I can't really comment. Oh, wait, that wasn't your question. That was Raphael's question. Never mind. So I have my own volume indicator. I haven't released it publicly yet, mostly because I'm just lazy. So this is the tone Vays volume indicator. You can see how some bars are in yellow, and you will also see. I should bring it up closer to the price. You will also see on this volume indicator that sometimes my volume bars are green, even when the candle is red. I'll show you an example. Let me find you an example. Right here, here's an example. Beautiful example. Look at this candle right here. The candle of, oh, it's a 4-hour chart. Okay, I wanted to use the daily chart, but that's okay. Why is this? I somehow managed to move the MRI to the volume chart. I don't know how I did that. How did I do that? How the hell did I do that? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so here's an example on a 4-hour chart where we have a green candle right here. It's a green candle. Let me get rid of this line. I don't even know why that line's there. Show moving average. I don't know why it's there. Right here, you have a green candle. And normally on a volume chart, this would have a green volume spike. And it's not a small volume spike. It's actually the biggest volume spike, 1, 2, 3, 4, for the following 4 candles and the prior like 20 candles. So this is a significant volume spike. It's the highest volume in like 20 candles since this one all the way back on like a days ago. But this is a 4-hour chart. And you see how my volume is red. This is my custom-made tone Vays volume, T-vol. And when I see this situation and the price makes a swing high, it tells me that there is trouble. It's my internal divergence signal. And the red volume spike tells me that this is negative volume, and this is volume contributed to selling. And there's a high probability that this candle is going to lead to the top of the price. And that's exactly what happened here. These things don't happen very often. You will see that this giant Darth Maul kind of candle has a yellow volume spike. It means that there is massive indecision and the volume is neither green nor red. Normally, on a normal volume, this would be a green volume spike, but for me, it wasn't. It was just a normal volume spike. Let's go to the daily chart. The daily might be more useful. There's the tone Vays volume. Again, it should be higher so that it's easier to match it with price. And this is our funding rate, which still favors the bulls. So on here as well, let's look for a candle that the candle is one color and the tone Vays volume is a different color. We can do it right here as well. See here, the real volume is green on this big green volume spike that marked the top in the price. But the tone Vays volume is yellow. It's not red like before. It's yellow, meaning that you need to be very, very cautious that this could be the top in the market. If it was red, then it would have a higher probability that that is the top in the market. Another example. I want to do the reverse example. Oh, beautiful. Right here. Here's a candle, red candle with the low in the price. And look at the volume on standard volume. I wish I can get this like this, but I can't. It has to be as its own indicator. And you can see that the tone Vays volume is green, indicating that, hey, the low in the price is very likely to be in. So this green volume spike tells me that the volume is bullish. I personally, you've never heard me talk about volume. I'm not a trader on volume. I don't think volume is all that important. But if I am going to use volume in my trading, it would be the tone Vays custom volume indicator. They're the same size. Like the value is identical here and here, just the scale's different. I can make these bars bigger or smaller. These bars are identical in size. The only difference is the color. And you can see right here, I have a color mismatch. I have green and standard volume has red. And this is what tells me that there is a high probability that the market will reverse. I don't talk about this really. If I was like really actively trading, I would have time to pay attention to every single indicator that I like to use, which is like, a list of about maybe 10 out of infinite. FSU, what, football or basketball? So the football team has been like stinking up a storm. It's embarrassing what the Florida State football team has become. It all happened with one game when Jimbo Fisher decided to take on Alabama in the first game of the season and got like 2 quarterbacks permanently injured in that game. And it was over. And then Jimbo Fisher left the following year, and the program has never been the same since. Like, just the whole program got destroyed by taking on Alabama in the first game of the season. Hey, Sergio, shout out to Costa Rica. Okay, there was a couple of things people have been asking me. One, how do I get my cursor? This cursor. So I use the control button to make that circle. That's a Windows setting. Um, I I mean, just go into settings, guys. Everything is in appearance. So I took out the crosshairs. I mean, this is get rid of I got rid of the grid lines, and then in crosshair, I just got rid of this thing. Like this is the annoying thing, right? And isn't that the default? Like the little cross. It's all here. Like I don't know where else it would be. Wouldn't be in symbol. Wouldn't be in status line. It's got to be in appearance. Everything's in appearance. That's where all the settings are. And the other question was on my stars. So here are my MRI settings. I probably need to review them. Display reversal star after MRI top bottom. I do not have it checked on. You will see what happens if I check this button. You're probably going to see a green star show up right here somewhere. Very likely. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not right there. That was right. There it is. There it goes. Yep, that's the green star showed up. Display reversal star after MRI top bottom. You'll see a star show up right there. Okay. So I have that turned off sometimes. And that's the continuation of trend condition. I usually don't have those turned on. Oh, I'm sorry, not continuation of trend. It's reversal of trend condition. Had my arrows wrong. So the reason I don't bother with a star here is because the MRI is already telling me that there could be a bullish trend. So I don't need the star to double confirm that. I just don't need it. I would like to see a star in the opposite direction. And that's why that's the continuation of trend star. So here, there's no star. There would be one right there. So again, oh, shoot, never mind. Yeah. Okay, there's other stuff. So I have a whole video explaining all of this. I mean, this stuff does get a little complicated. But you saw that star show up and disappear. That's that star that follows the MRI reversal in the same direction. Remember, it has to be in the same direction. You also don't see one here. And it's the same direction as the arrow. So normally, I don't show green stars after green arrows or red stars after red arrows because the red arrow is already telling me all I need to know. But these are my, so for people that are asking, I do need to double check this. These are my settings. So first candle, prior candle. You have to watch the educational video to know what these mean. Last candle, prior candle. I think those were all the questions. Then there was one more question in the video. Hold on, let me go to YouTube real. Oh, wait. I have a couple of things I need to look at before I do want to end the stream in 10 minutes though. Let's see what the expectation is on interest rate rises. 60% they're going to raise the rate. And let's see what any economic news is coming this week. We got the unemployment rate coming in on Friday. That's going to be big. ISM is borderline important. And of course, the crude oil inventories will be announced, right? And then next week is probably the CPI. That's going to be huge. Look at consumer confidence. Came in very high today. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, we got a super chat. If we are in a bull market, this is all healthy movement. Yes, that is correct. Will you ever go back to trading? Yes, potentially sooner than later, because I don't know. Um, I'm just busy. Like honestly, it's the conferences. It's the conferences. I can't do both. I can do financial summit and unconfiscatable and trade. At this point, it's the conferences. Like the YouTube channel doesn't take up much time anymore. So I can't use the YouTube channel as an excuse. Before, the YouTube channel was an excuse. We used to do the news show and the law show and these trading shows, and I had way more viewers. I had 25,000 viewers versus the 5,000 viewers I have today. So I had a lot more, engagement and interaction, and I was traveling and speaking, and uh, uh, that did not allow me the time to trade. Now it's these conferences, and it's not even that the organization of these conferences is taking up that much of my time. It's the stress. It's the stress over these conferences that I will not subjugate my brain to the stress of trading and the stress of organizing these events. And constantly talking to people, answering questions, trying to get sponsors. The stress of organizing these events I will not trade. But if these events if I'm in a position where I don't have to do anything to organize these events, and they get organized without me in exactly the way I want them organized, then the stress of organizing the events goes away. And now I can just trade and then show up at my events. So if the events go away, because I remember I already ended an event. I loved understanding Bitcoin. Understanding Bitcoin was as much my favorite as the other two events. And there's no way I'm going to do this again. I just don't have the bandwidth or the mental capacity to do it. And there's only like 3 people I trust to do this for me. Like one is Adam Back and the other is BTC Sessions. So unless they want to, take over and make this their new life's work, this event is probably never coming back. Very unlikely. I just don't have the mental capacity to do it. So as long as I'm fully involved in organizing these events, I just can't go back to trading. There's no way. I can cut back on travel. I'm already tired of speaking at conferences. They don't pay me anyway. I'm just spending my own money. I've already seen enough of the world that I don't have to go on these 4 or 5 month long trips to see all these countries. I've already seen them. This year, I got 3 major countries off my bucket list: Brazil, Portugal, and Japan. I've been to all of them in the last 6 months. I only have a few countries left on my must-go-to list, which is Taiwan, mainland China, Peru, and Jordan. And that's it. And maybe like Rwanda for gorilla tracking. That's it. That's the list. Zimbabwe as well for the waterfall and Tiger Lake, something I was supposed to do, but COVID got in the way. So I have very few countries left, and I can go on vacation in those countries. And like I said, the YouTube channel is not drawing 25, 30,000 views anymore. And I could go back to trading if I either shut down the conferences, or a better solution is having an organizer of these conferences that allows me to do nothing, just nothing. And then I'm happy to go back to trading. I've been to Greece. Unfortunately, I've only been to Athens. So my impression of Greece is absolutely terrible. I would like to go back to Greece and only see the airport of Athens and nothing else. Yeah, and that's the other problem, right? Like the moment I free my time to trade, I'm probably going to start a geopolitical channel, because that's just like my new passion in life now. I gotta find a good balance. Where was I going? Okay, I was gonna go to my YouTube channel, and I was gonna check a comment because I thought I was gonna answer this question, but I forgot what the question was. Guys, so this is really it's shitty because when you click on my videos, you get a video from like a year ago. So you have to click on live because that's when you get the latest videos. And I'm just gonna go to the comments section. Thank you for the comments, guys. Hey, oh yeah, how do you change your cursor? Oh yeah, I thought I'd try to answer that. Can you please tell us something about the confusion of hardware wallets? There really is no confusion of hardware wallets. I do not recommend Ledger. I've never recommended Ledger. I never really liked Ledger. I was just being politically correct because if I talk too much shit about Ledger, then I will never be able to get Ledger as a sponsor. They're not a bad company. They're not a scam company. So they would be allowed to sponsor my events. But perhaps not anymore, not after what they've done with, Call Home with their wallet. So if you are looking for a hardware wallet, and I cannot recommend a specific wallet, I do not want to take the responsibility of recommending a wallet. All I can say is I trust the people that make Cold Card. That's why you see Cold Card right here on my affiliate page. Though I don't really earn any money from Cold Card. Just want to be clear. It's just hopefully you get that 5% discount. It's a very old link. And I trust the people that build Cold Card to store your Bitcoin. I also trust the people that build Jade to store your Bitcoin. So if you go over to Blockstream, you will go to Blockstream website and you look at their products, you will find Jade, Blockstream Jade. Everyone that came to Unconfiscatable last year got a free Jade wallet. And I mean everyone. Every attendee of Unconfiscatable last year received a free, brand new Jade wallet. Can we try to do that again? The answer is maybe. I'm going to reach out to Adam Back. I'm going to reach out to Satoshi. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Adam, please speak to me again. I'm going to reach out to Adam Back again, and hopefully they support our event once again and provide us with a Jade for every single attendee of Unconfiscatable. That was a great gift. Everybody loved it. And I would love to do that again for you guys. So I trust the people that build Jade. And like I said, we gave away Jade to everyone. And the other wallet is Trezor. Now, Trezor is, and I personally like the Trezor Model T. I personally like the Model T. I know it's like double the price of a regular Trezor. I know Trezor has shitcoin like software, but Trezor is just such a user-friendly wallet. So if you have an unreasonably large amount of Bitcoin, I would recommend Cold Card, and it's not very user-friendly, but I would trust that security the most. If you just have, a modest sum that you want to store, Trezor is more than good enough for that. Like I said, I really like the Model T. I know it's $200. I know it's expensive, but if you're storing, over $10,000, spending $200 on security is not a big deal. Yeah, you can see I'm in Japan. This tracking software is killing me. Well, like the websites knowing exactly like where you are and stuff. So I really like the Model T. Such a user-friendly wallet. And try it. Look, it really depends on how much you're storing. If you're storing tens of thousands of dollars, you should buy all three: a Jade, a Trezor, and a Cold Card. And then you use them all, and then you see which one you're most comfortable with. Jade has been increasing in price. Oh, really? This used to be like a $30 wallet. How much is it? Um, yeah, how do you buy it? Oh, get Jade. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. It doubled in price. This used to be $30. Still cheap, relatively speaking. Yeah, maybe harder to give one to everyone. The VIPs will get it for sure. If you bought a VIP ticket to Unconfiscatable. Though I shouldn't, say too much. We don't have, we still have some from last year that will be given away as well. Like we had more Jades than people in attendance. So I should have like 10 to 20 of them in storage in Las Vegas. So the VIPs should have enough free wallets. But hopefully we can give one to everyone again. That certainly drops your price of the ticket down if you're getting a $65 toy plus shipping and stuff. Yeah, so these are the wallets. These are the only wallets that I kind of trust. That's it. All right, guys, that is it for me. I don't have much to add on geopolitics today, but shit is about to escalate between Russia and NATO. Uh, Shit's about to really hit the fan between Russia and NATO. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like Poland, I wouldn't be surprised if the war moves to Poland territory. And Lithuania. Like it can get real ugly real soon. Or if I go to my Google map. Yeah, I'm in Japan. Man, I wish I had time to go to all these places. But yeah, last night we had dinner at where did we have dinner last night? Because I walked there too. So I walked from here. I'm staying in Shinjuku. I'm staying over here. And I walked through this park. I've never actually walked through a public park that wasn't that had a fee to enter, which was confusing. First time that's happened to me. I paid the fee. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's like like $4, but it was just confusing. I thought it was just a park I was gonna walk through. So we went to right here, Gunpachi. So this is if you look at the picture and you go watch the movie Kill Bill, you'll see the same exact restaurant. So the Kill Bill set for the big fight with the gang, the 88, took place in a replica of this restaurant. So we went to this restaurant last night. That was cool. And then we had drinks over at Two Dogs. There used to be Bitcoin meetups there and stuff. Really cool. And the other day we went to this bar. Where was this bar? This bar. And I walked in and I'm like, oh man, this is just no, wait. Is that the bar? Yeah, that's the bar. I walked into this bar and it like instantly reminded me of this bar in Hong Kong. It has to be the same owners. Let me see if there's a close up. Like these are like fairies made of iron. And on the ceiling, they have like a bunch of keys hanging and butterflies hanging. And I'm in this bar and I'm like, holy shit. This reminds me of one of my favorite bars from Hong Kong. It's literally called the Iron Fairy. The Iron Fairies, Hong Kong. I don't know if I'm ever going back to Hong Kong with, I hated the way they handled COVID. So I don't know if these bars are still open or not. So this is the Iron Fairies. It's like super hidden. And then there it is. Like, it's just like, I couldn't believe I just walked into this bar that's identical to a bar in Hong Kong. which is also super cool. I really got to come back on drinking. So if you're ever in Hong Kong, check out the Iron Fairies. And if you want to, I don't even know if it's the same owners or one is like a replica of the other. Japan is really good. Japanese are really good in like taking what you do well in your country and doing it even better here. Like we went to this French crepes place. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, so that's Hong Kong. Really miss Hong Kong. I save all these things. Like the hearts are usually restaurants. And let's go back to Japan. And like stars are usually hotels and barbers and other areas. And the green things are, wait, what is this? Oh, that's Osaka. Whoa, what was that? Oh, that was one of them. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about my favorite bars in Osaka and Kyoto. I don't remember what I haven't talked about. But right now I'm in Tokyo. Went to this great sushi place yesterday. Man, really fairly cheap too. If you're in Tokyo, it's a standing sushi bar where there's no seats, you just stand there. It was here. Standing sushi bar. Yeah, I still got to check out some cool speakeasy bars. All right, guys, that's it for me. This is that famous crossing. I've already went there once. Right here. It's the Shibuya crossing. The one with the most people in the world that cross it. There's no good aerial pictures for some reason. Anyway, I'm already over by 10 minutes. Check your live chat one more time. Oh, there was supposed to be clarification on some question. I've already forgot what that was. Yeah, thanks, Brian. I really do want to do a political channel. Trezor does not use a secure element so as to preserve transparency. Yes. As there are negative security implications in using closed source elements. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Bitfarms. Oh, look at this. Look at the Russian ruble this week. Look at it massively appreciate. See, this is why I was confused. This is why I was confused. I was like, I don't understand why the Russian ruble is devaluing. It made no sense to me. They are like really advancing and about to create havoc in Europe. I mean, the British are about to lose their shit and panic that Russian tanks are somehow going to drive over the ocean through all of Europe and park themselves, in front of King Charles. Like Europe is about to lose their shit when Russia takes two more provinces in Ukraine, and they'll probably take more than two. Things are about to escalate super quickly. And Russian ruble is appreciating because the world sees what's happening on the ground. They're not going to, eventually, they're going to stop buying into the Western propaganda bullshit. And Ukraine's in serious trouble. They need to immediately go to the negotiating table. And they'll be lucky if they get to keep Odessa, even if they go to negotiate right now. I think Odessa and Kharkov are done. They're going to be Russia. I don't see how Russia walks away from this without Kharkov, Odessa, and a few more provinces, a few more oblasts. Oblasti. That's the plural. Oblasti. And the Ukrainian currency is just completely controlled by the US. And that peg's going to break. And when it breaks, shit hits the fan in Ukraine. It would be bad. As you know, I'm bullish on the US dollar. Oh, Bitfarms. That's why I went here. Oh, this looks great. Looks super bullish. Ah, but the markets are closed now. I'm like, damn, I want to log into my trading account and just buy more call options. Looks great. It's really good. Where do I get my news on the war? So some of my favorite channels are, so if you look at who I follow on, you can see who I follow on YouTube. So I think the Duran is probably one of the best channels. I think the Duran is great. I would love to be a guest on the Duran someday. Talking about, Bitcoin before some scammer shitcoiner starts, miseducating them. I think the Duran is a great channel. Military Summary is my favorite channel for underground changes. I recently started because I get to watch a lot of the stuff now because I'm walking around Japan, seeing the sites, and I'm just like listening to YouTube. I think the new Atlas is really good with Brian Beletic. He's gonna start talking about Asia more. He's down in Thailand, and Redacted is pretty good. That's more like U.S. news overall. So the Redacted's pretty good. That's another good source. I really like Amit, not really Ukraine-Russia stuff, but I really like this geopolitical channel. It's one of my favorites. Amit Sengupta for an Indian perspective. That's another really good one. And I do try to catch Douglas McGregor whenever I can. And recently, I caught a few episodes of Judge Napolitano. Is really good. So he interviews, high quality people about the situation. I just hated that he posts like these 2-minute videos. That's super annoying. I just like the 20-minute videos. I haven't seen the last one. So I recently started watching him. Seems to be pretty good. At one point earlier, I used to watch The Dive with Jackson, but I stopped watching that. I just I watched a few episodes of that. I didn't necessarily like it that much. My problem with Jackson, and a lot of people like his commentary on the situation. He's becoming very popular. My problem with Jackson is just he's an open Marxist. He's openly Marxist. He seems to have, smart takes, but I think his channel is, besides, I don't agree with his like political view of being Marxist, even though he has good commentary. I'm not going to deny that. Between him being a Marxist and that's not like me making fun of him being a Marxist. He's actually like, he thinks Stalin was a good person. Like he's openly said this, and that's a problem. And so that, and he's also too immature. That's the other problem. Like he doesn't cover the situation in a mature way. Like nothing, not like Brian Beletic, who's very like mature, and the guys from the Duran. But that's also because Jackson is like 22 years old, so he's just not very mature in his commentary. So that's why I don't really watch it anymore. But the commentary was good. I'm not gonna bash the quality of the content. I bashed his misunderstanding of history, and I bash his immature way of presenting the content. Yeah, so I do watch some of Scott Ritter. I don't know, something of Scott Ritter is a challenge. Uh, I think Douglas McGregor does a more professional job of explaining what's going on. Scott Ritter seems to be, I don't know. There's something about Scott Ritter that troubles me. I'm not saying Scott Ritter is wrong. He's right. But the way Scott Ritter presents the information, it's that it's like, you know how people will say, yo, Tone, you're like a Putin shill. You're being paid by the Kremlin to say the stuff that you say, which is like ludicrous, right? But when it comes to Scott Ritter, it it feels like it's true. Like, I just think Scott Ritter is too close to Russia. And just Scott Ritter is just like too close. It's like getting your Russian commentary from someone that is like literally in Russia, and he is in Russia right now. So I'm just a little bit cautious on listening to Scott Ritter, but Douglas McGregor, and I should be subscribed to Douglas McGregor's channel. I don't know why it's not like up there. I should be subscribed to him. Does he even have his own channel? He does, right? Oh wow, I'm not subscribed. Is that the real McGregor? I watch a lot of his stuff because it just shows up on my like suggestion list. So you can see how I watched a lot. I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed. I thought maybe I unsubscribed by accident. Yeah, I'm surprised because look, I've watched, like, the red bar means I've watched it. This was awesome, by the way. I know the bar says here, but that's because I accidentally started watching it again. This was a great discussion between McGregor and like someone that works in the government. This is a great discussion. NATO Council to give Russia a role in Europe. This was really, really good discussion. Yeah, so I like McGregor. It's weird that I wasn't subscribed to it. Maybe YouTube unsubscribed me. Kim Iverson is also great, though I just haven't had time. You know, you can only watch so much. Kim Iverson is awesome. Very similar to Redacted. And another good channel is the Gray Zone. Again, there's only so much time you have for people. So am I even subscribed to the Gray Zone? Surprised these channels haven't been banned. I'm not. I can only subscribe to so much. The Gray Zone's also good. I'll subscribe. I want to support. Yeah. So there you go. I think that's it. That's more than enough. It's more than enough to keep up with the news. Babylon B. Love Babylon B. Should watch more of their videos. All right. Oh, it's not his channel. It's someone else. But that makes more sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's not Douglas McGregor's channel, and it's someone that's posting videos on his behalf. That makes total sense. Yeah, the guy was a former ambassador to USSR. Yeah, that was a great video. It's probably one of my favorite Douglas McGregor videos where he was in the last like several weeks. If you're gonna watch a Douglas McGregor video, watch this one because then you get, two opinions. I was hiking in, where was I? So I was listening to that. I was in Hiroshima. That's right. I was hiking in Hiroshima. I was hiking this mountain in Hiroshima. It was challenging. This shit was not easy. I should put the elevation map up. I was hiking this. I went to this observatory. I did not take the ropeway. I didn't know there was a ropeway. Here, Mount Mason Observatory. I was here. So I hiked up here. Is there an elevation layer? Transit, traffic, terrain. Yeah. So I was up here. That was how many meters above sea level? I don't know. The more you zoom in, the more these lines go away. That's 400 meters. It was about 500 meters above sea level. This shit was not an easy hike from the ground. And it was pretty damn steep. And then you have to walk over from here to like here. And then I'll walk down a different path. So it's here and then there's trails. No, there's no trails. More layers. Ooh. Wildfires. Measure the fall. Yeah, I have to get like an app because I almost got lost. Well, this not on this one, on a different hike. But yeah, it was 500 meters up. That was not easy. Let me see the other one. The other hike that I did was similar. That was in Kyoto. So when I'm doing these hikes, they take like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, and I queue up all of these YouTube videos and I just like listen to them while I'm hiking. And the other hike was in Kyoto. Let's see how high that was. That was this hike here. It looks small, but it was also, yeah, 400 meters as well. It was similar. So I hiked into this area here. So here's the trail. Yep, 400 meters. The other one felt like it was higher. Yeah, this one, you see 400 meters, and then I guess these are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, these are in 20% increments, right? So the other one was pretty much 500 meters, and this one was 420 meters. But that's not the peak, though. Hold on. The peak was down here. Maybe that was the peak. Oh, yeah, this is the peak right there. Yep, I hiked to the peak right here. No, 420 meters. That's pretty steep. That's pretty damn steep. And on the way there was like this is at 300 meters. This picture. So I was standing right on this thing. So that's where you start. And this is 300 meters. And then there is another 100 meters above that I also hiked to. Like, it's fun. This is what I like to do. Bad weather. Otherwise, I'd go hike Mount Fuji. And I'm not in good shape these days because I have not been working out. But I've been enjoying these hikes. How high is Mount Fuji? That's only 200 meters. That's nothing. Oh, sorry, 2,400 meters. My bad. My bad. My bad. That's 2,000 meters. Okay, that's not going to be easy. Yeah, my bad on that. And this is steep too. Yeah, that's not going to be easy. I do it though. 2,000 meters. Shit, 400 kicked my ass. I don't know. Maybe I would just make it to here. How high is that? 1,400. Ugh. Man. All right, next time I come to Japan, I'll be more ready. Yeah, some locals hike. Not many though. And they're usually older, like in their 70s. Not 70, maybe like 60s, 70s. They do like to hike. Is that a golf course? Oh, a lot of golf courses next to Mount Fuji. Yeah, no, that's a serious hike. 2,400? Shit. But yeah, I don't think I'll get out there. I may go here. That's another hike. Let me see. How high is that? Oh, 500 meters. Yeah, so that's about 550. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'll do 500. That's the. I mean, I pretty much did this about 550. Yeah, that's very doable. It'll still be hard, but I'll do that. I'll do that one. Maybe I'll go do that this week. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Is Japan expensive? It can be. It can be. I mean, you can go to a sushi place and spend $20, and right next door is a sushi place that's going to cost you $200. The quality of the fish is better at the $200 one. Is it 10 times better? Debatable. Very debatable. It can be expensive. Last night I spent about $160, but we were at a bar from 5 p.m. till like 9. So that's 4 hours. Spent like $80. That's not bad. And then the dinner spent like another 80. 85. But there's also alcohol involved, so it's not that bad. Like, honestly, it's not that bad. The thing is, you want to eat like 8 times a day because the food is so great. Oh. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Wait, how do I get rid of the terrain layer? I don't really need the terrain. There we go. Bye, guys.